Intro into the main interface and tabs of DaVinci Resolve. After you install Resolve, this icon will appear in your system. Just click it. The first window you will see is your Projects tab. This is where you can see all the projects in your current database. Every thumbnail here is a project. This is a project in your database. A database is simply a collection of projects. I can click on this button here to view my databases. This is my current database. It's the local database. And I can click this button here to create new databases. Remember, the word database might sound scary, but it's simply a folder that holds multiple projects. Let's close the database window. I'll click here. You can use this slider to make the thumbnails larger or smaller. This button will allow you to sort projects based on different criteria, like name, format, or frame rate, for example. Then you can switch between thumbnail and list view. List view will allow you to see extra information about your projects. Let's go back to thumbnail. This is our thumbnail view, and this is the info button. The info button is only available in the thumbnail view. It allows you to view extra information about your projects. Take a look at this area here. I'll click it, and now you can see extra information like frame size and the date when the project was last modified. Then you have the search button, which allows you to search your projects. You can click on the new project button to create a new project. If I click it, I will only need to enter the name of the new project. Once you type a name and you hit create, Resolve will automatically open this newly created project. I'll hit cancel now. Then you have the new folder button. If I click it, Resolve will ask me for the name of the folder to create. Just type the name of your folder, I'll call it folder 1, and hit create. This is your folder. You can tell it's a folder, not a project, by this folder representation on top. The number on top of the folder represents the number of projects inside this folder. I'll create a new project to demonstrate something. This is the project I just created. I can simply drag a project inside the folder. You can double click on the folder to open it, and this is our project inside it. You can also hit a new project button here to create a new project inside this folder. Let's cancel. Note that you have a folder tree at the bottom here. This tells you what folder you're in right now and if it's nested inside any other folders. Note that when you're inside a folder, you can still create new folders, so you can nest folders into each other for better organization of your projects. Finally, you have the Open button to open the project you're currently selecting. You can tell the currently selected project by this color around the thumbnail. Let's open the project. DaVinci Resolve is a collection of different tabs. Every tab is responsible for completing a certain task in your project. You can think of every tab as a standalone software, and they all work seamlessly together to create your project. The first tab is the Media tab. This is where you import your files and prepare for the edit. It's designed to make it easier to find your footage, organize your files into folders, add metadata, and change the basic properties of your files, like frame rate and aspect ratio. Then we have the Edit tab. This is where you create sequences and actually edit your film. It's one of the most professional and advanced editing environments. It contains stuff like multicam editing, advanced trimming, advanced keyframing, and much more. Then we have the Fusion tab. This is where you create compositions for your film. Compositions are simply visual effects. Fusion is simply one of the most advanced compositing environments in the world. Fusion is node-based, which makes it really powerful. Next, we have the Color tab. This is where most of the magic of Resolve happens. This is where you control the colors of your film. This page allows you to make overall adjustments and secondary adjustments to your colors, where you can affect only certain parts of your image. You can also create masks, perform tracking, and much more. Resolve is simply the industry standard when it comes to color control, whether color correction or color grading. Then we have the Fairlight page. This is where you control the audio of your film, adjusting volume, equalization, dynamics, and much more, using a full mixer, built-in effects, and built-in plugins. And finally, we have the Deliver tab. This is where you export your footage, whether to online delivery, like YouTube or Vimeo for example, theatrical release, or any other format you might need, allowing you to control advanced options like bitrate, wrappers, compression, and much more. And if you don't want to dive into advanced settings, you can use the simple ready-made presets, where you can simply click a button to select from the most popular delivery formats. And these are the tabs and the main interface of DaVinci Resolve.